take off. I'm a bad man.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be field scripting our canik TP9SFX. Please stay tuned and remember to like and subscribe. Okay, the first thing we want to do, we want to make sure our firearm is clear. So I know this is loaded. So first thing we do, we point the gun in a safe direction. Press the magazine release, we drop the magazine. We rack the slide. And then we physical check. We do it one more time. Get a good look. I'm trying to get in the camera view. Check one more time, hold it. All right, let go. All right. So as you can see here, this goes, like I said, this is the canik. Most handguns have these two releases right here. You got one on this side and also one on the other. You want to take your firearm like this. You take your hand and you put it right up under this little lip right here. Take your thumb right there. Take your hand, just pull the slide back just a little bit. Not much, not much. You see how far that travel is? Not much. You hold it right there. You pull this side down and that side down at the same time. While holding those two down, you just let the slide go and then slide right off, just with a gentle push. Now that the slide has been released from the bottom, what we have here, this is your slide, and right here, this is the guide rod spring. To remove the guide rod spring, you just give it a gentle push forward and lift up. It comes right off. Now with the barrel, same thing. You just give it a push forward, you lift up and pull back. This is your barrel and this is your slide. Now this is your bottom receiver. Now we're going to remove our firing pin, which is located here. Now how to do so with this particular brand, you take a punch, you insert it right there, and you push down. And I advise you just put your thumb on the firing pin, that way it just don't go flying out because it's spring loaded. So continue to just pull this down with your hand, which is the back plating. And you just pull out, you give the pull, and there's your firing pin. You know, of course, these need to be cleaned as often as you can. As you can see, mine need to be cleaned. To be honest, I haven't cleaned this sometimes, so I will be cleaning this in my next video. Time for reassembly. So how to reassemble your firing pin? Simply just reverse assemble. Same way you took it out, same way it go back in. So it's a groove right along there that it goes in. Just take your firing pin, just push it back in there. And what the best way I found to do it, put the slide down, give it a push, and you hear it click. It click right in place. All right, next, you take your back plating. Your back plating line up in those grooves right there. So you take your back plating and you just hold it in place right there. What I like to do, you can take your punch or any punch, you hold, you push the firing pin down, push the back plate up till you get that click right there. Now we're gonna put our barrel back in. Try to keep this in view. Put our barrel back in. So everything's upside down. You turn your barrel upside down, push in forward, let it drop, come back. Now for our guide rod spring, this is the front of the guide rod spring. This is the back because it got a flat surface. This flat surface goes inside those, go inside that indentation right there, the last one. So you got right spring, See, can you see that? You see that right there? So you got the front of your guide rod spring meets up to the front of the firearm, to the slide, and you give it a good push with your thumb. You want to make sure your guide rod spring is seated correctly, because if not, the slide is not gonna go onto the bottom receiver. So it's in. So now we get our bottom receiver. On the back of your firearm, you have grooves on both sides, and that run down both sides of the firearm, and you have grooves right here as well. So how it's done, you want to line those up and those up with this. So it goes the front of your gun right here. Try to get that in view right there. Let's do it this way. And you just slide, slide. So once you get to this point right here, what I like to do, I like to put the firearm pointer towards the pointer, towards the palm of my hand, and give it a good push just like that. A very fast, hard push. That way you can bypass and it can lock. So once it's locked, give it a free rack. And that is how you reassemble. Thank you for tuning in.